got a Sony camera to work on, and we've seen this error code before. But this is not the standard problem. This is not the edge connectors that's gone bad. This is not the rotation sensor that's gone bad. This one has a problem that's causing this error, but it's none like we've seen before. Well, may have seen it before, but usually this doesn't cause this type of error. But in this case, it was so severe that it is. This time I've got a Sony DCRTRV120, and this has got the good old C31 error. Let's see what it's doing. Alright, let's plug the camera in first and see what it does. I'm going to pop out the cassette door just so I can take a look inside and see what it's doing. Looks like my screwdriver needs a recharge. Much better. I've washed my hands about 20 times and I still haven't got that black crap off from that little broken Hitachi. Alright, give this thing a few volts. And open it up. Don't see anything missing. Looks like the pinch roller's got lots of miles on it. Now we want to see this thing go through the motions. We'll put some tape over the sensors. That way we can trick it into thinking there's a tape in it so that I can observe what it does. Get the motors running. What I'm looking for is specific things happening in a specific order. Okay, we'll eject. That's good. So the capsule motor is spinning. We'll close it down. It should go forward. We'll reverse. And now it goes into that. Immediately it goes into that shutdown. So what's happening is it's not detecting that the tape hub is spinning. And that can be a couple different things. It could be an edge connector that's gotten bad, or it could be a rotation sensor that's going bad. It even could be that the ribbon is cut down here, because that was an issue on some of these cameras. Let's get a close inspection of that area. So what was common on a lot of these cameras is the little catch here had a sharp edge on it, and it would actually scratch through. I don't think it's happened on this one. It happened on mine. Mine was a DCRTRV120, and that happened on mine, and I had to change the chassis. It doesn't look like it's damaged. Alright, okay. Now the next thing I have to do is I have to take the camera apart. Notice what happens here is it should go backwards and then go forward. And what I should do is I should spin this while it's doing it, just so that it knows that the tape is actually going to turn. The error that you get there is from rotation sensors. So I'll spin this one. Okay, so it is reading the sensor. That's good. It didn't do it that time. You see, what I had to do is I had to make it think there's a tape in it, because what will happen is if both of them don't turn. So what it does is it loads the tape, and it's going to go backwards, and I have to spin this. So when it spins, it needs to show that the tape is moving, and then it tries to go forward. That way it can read both the sensors. So it is reading the sensors. So that's not why it's going into an error. Let's load a tape and see what happens with a real tape. I'll take out the black tape. It's probably the edge connectors. It's probably what it is on this one. Very common problem. Load a tape, and then we'll watch. It'll go backwards, and then it'll go forwards. Oh, that didn't sound good. that sounded like something got crunched. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the take-up spool stopped. Yeah, then crunch, 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 crunch. My tape is extra crunchy. Shall we see what it did to the tape? Let's get my little screwdriver. My fake tape hub. Let's just roll this back a bit. Oh, yummy! It destroyed my tape. Unbelievable. Okay, well, Houston, we have a problem. We have maybe a bad pinch roller on this one. Bad pinch roller, or something is bent. Okay, I guess I gotta take it apart. And by take it apart, I mean I have to take off the right side housing. Whether I have to take any more off on it, that is debatable. I forget. Some of these ones you have to actually pull the whole camera apart in order to get the right side cover off. Hey, look, I got a stolen camera. Someone scratched off the ID engraving. You know, I got a story about that. So many years ago, everybody was buying these engraving machines to put identifying marks on their equipment, right? So that if it was stolen. And back in the day, everyone said, "Oh, just encode your SIN number, your social insurance number." You know, it's like the American Social Security number. But that was, you encode your SIN number on there, because that way, if it gets stolen and it gets found, it can be traced. And of course, everyone wasn't thinking about, you know, identity theft and stuff. Well, everybody was doing that. They're, you know, putting their social insurance number on their equipment that they were engraving in case it got stolen. And then we get told, don't put your social insurance number on anything, because the bad guys can use that information to steal your identity. So then everyone was going around and they were grinding off their social insurance numbers. Okay, that sounds like a smart thing to do, right? You're going on a holiday, you're going through customs, and they're looking at your equipment and they see something that the social insurance number that was on there before has now been defaced, and the first thing they're thinking of is you've got something that's stolen. So it's like, yeah, I just added a little bit of extra explaining to do as to why you removed it. So I put my ID on there, but then we're told you shouldn't put that ID on, and you take it off and put something else like your driver's license number on there. But the problem is, when you've got one that it had a number on it and it's now been defaced, the first thing that the authorities are thinking about is, okay, you've stolen somebody's camera, and now you're trying to cover it up by taking off their information and putting your information on. So now you're being suspected of doing something else. So it's like, are you kidding? Okay, that comes off like that. The switch is in the side here. I got to unplug this. Of course, I can't operate it with the switch unplugged, so we're going to just kind of leave it like this for now, as I do want to see what it's doing. I need to power it up. So we power up the camera again. And turn it on. We shall load the tape and watch what it does. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Did you see that? Did you see what that pinch roller did? That's a bad pinch roller. That's a very bad pinch roller. It just screwed my tape. Watch it again. It's bent. Well, that's why. Oh, it's bent. It's leaning like this. That's the problem. The pin controller's bent. Yeah. It's kind of tilted towards me. You can see it. Look at the bend of that thing. Here's another angle. Well, it's harder to see from there, but that pin controller is it's bent. That arm is bent. That's what the problem with this one is. Now, can I straighten it? If I had a small pair of pliers, I could probably straighten it. I know I have a small pair of pliers around here somewhere. Oh, I was just looking for my pliers and I found my little green screwdriver that I've been looking for like the past 2 months. Some idiot put it in the pocket on the tool bag where the pliers go. I wonder who that idiot would be. If we load the mechanism without a tape, you'll see what I mean about the pin controller looking like it's not straight. I'm going to put those pieces of tape back on here again, just so I can get it to thread down and complete the loading cycle, so you can see how bad it is. Alright, now it'll load. I'm going to stop it. Okay, now it's engaged, and it's tilted. It's tilted back. You can probably see daylight through there. It's bent. It's got to go. It's got to get bent more that way. It's tilted back like this. I can see it where I'm looking at it right here. If I operate the loading mechanism, loading motor with a power supply here slowly, just back it off just a bit. I'll give it like 2 volts. Yeah, it's not straight. It's actually leaning this way, or something I can point with. It's supposed to be perpendicular, and it's leaning back at an angle like this. So if I remove, I'm just going to unplug this. I don't want to damage this ribbon cable, so I'm just going to unplug it so I can get it out of the way for now. Okay, now I can work on this. If we look at the pinch roller, can we see it on camera? It's not level. So what's happening is it's pinching more on the bottom than the top. It's pulling the tape down, is what it's doing. Likely what could have happened is the tape got stuck and the tape got yanked and it got bent back. But there's definitely more daylight at the top than there is at the bottom. So I'm going to just pull the mechanism back a bit. Wrong way. And we're going to try to straighten the guide a bit. You can probably see it there. I can see it from where I'm sitting. It's not straight. It's actually quite crooked. It's got to turn it a bit this way here. Straighten it up a bit. It's actually probably this that's bent. The arm that it sits on. It also looks like this guide here might be also a little bit crooked. I can load the tape in this without the switch on it, because it will go through the loading cycle. definitely twisted, that's for sure. Okay, we'll try it again. I just made another adjustment to it. Almost looks like this guide here is the one that's bent. It just doesn't look true, right? When I'm looking at the three of them. The pinch roller looks low. Like the pinch roller looks like it's way down too low. Like it's down. If we look at the height of the pinch roller compared to the other guide, you see where the wear is on the pinch roller? And that should be at the same height as the, but it looks like the pinch roller is low. That's what it looks like. And that's why it's pulling the tape down. That's not good. So I just made another slight adjustment. We'll see if the tape is still riding down as much as it was before. I'm into the damage section of the tape here. I should probably wind this back because it always backs up first. So let me just wind back prior to the damage section. Try to keep the damage where it is. We'll just roll the tape back here. Still folding the tape. Alright, I've just made another adjustment to it here. Actually to the other guide over here. It might be still a little bit out. Yeah, it's still riding up a bit. This guide here is a little bit. This is what happens when tapes get stuck and people get frustrated and they yank on the tape to take the tape out. These are so fragile. It doesn't take much to bend parts. The pinch roller and this guide here. Because what happens is if the guide's not lined up properly, when it goes to do the back up the tape rides up or down on the pinch roller. And when tapes get jammed and people get frustrated and they yank the tape out, it makes you wonder what was on the tape that they didn't want anybody to see. I guess some people, they don't want the embarrassment, so they just totally destroy the camera to get the tape out. We used to get cameras in that people just completely destroyed. Oh, I had an important tape I had to get out. Well, I don't think you're playing the tape now after you destroyed the if you wreck the camera getting the tape out, the tape itself is damaged. Right? So now it's running in fast forward. There's some damaged section of this tape, we'll let that go by. But it's not riding up and down on the tape anymore. You see on the capstan, it's able to go at full speed. Let's try reverse and see what happens. That's supposed to be reverse. I hit play instead. Let's hit rewind. Still a little bit off because you can see the tape on rewind, so we'll just stop this. It's this guide over here is the one that's out of adjustment now. So the tape is running relatively good in forward direction now. We'll just do a bit of a reverse search and see what happens. Still running a little bit low, therefore it's the exit guide, this one here. It's still a little bit out of. Pinch roller looks to be in good, is straight now because it's not damaging the tape forward, but it is still going in reverse, so it's got to be this guide here. It's just a little bit crooked still, and it's probably too far that way, so I got to bring it a bit back this direction here, pull it back this way a bit. I mean, we're talking very small adjustments, and we're basically just bending the metal to try to get it as straight as possible. Reverse. I think I've got the alignment pretty damn close now. I'm going to change out this pinch roller. I just worked out the little retainer there. I have an old chassis that I got a pinch roller I can take from. Got an old broken chassis here. I got a pinch roller on this one. I'm going to grab this pinch roller, put the little retainer back on so that I don't lose it, because these are hard to come by, these little retainers. This has also got, I think I got a good head on this that I can use for something else, right? Got a couple of these old chassis. I'm going to swap the pinch roller, so let's just pull this one off and we'll put the new one on. Got a little retainer clip to go back on top here, and we'll see how this one performs, because the other one looks like it's got a bit of wear on it, so hold this in place while I put this on. Oh, come on. we go. Pop that on. Alright, let's see how this one, because if we look at the old roller here that I took off, there's a fair bit of shine to it. So this one is worn out for sure. I don't like giving away my prized pinch rollers because I can always use them myself, right? So I don't like putting pinch rollers into customers' cameras because that's just a part that I might need myself down the road. Look at how smooth that's running now. I think we got it. Let's go to play. I haven't checked it to see if it'll play back yet, but it's not chewing up the tape now, which is the important thing. It's running smooth, whereas it was eating the tape left, right, and center before. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Look how smooth that is. Let's go to reverse. You think I got it? I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I got it. Let's plug it into a TV and take a look at the picture. The old pinch roller was most certainly worn, for sure. You can see it's got a lot of miles on it. Tape was still riding a bit on it when I went into search. That's why I decided to change it, because mechanically everything looked good. The guides were straight, but it was still, the tape was still pulling a bit up and down when I went into search. So that's why I decided to change out the pinch roller, and that was the last cog in the gear, so to say. That's what was causing it. But you can see the wear. If we look closely, I'll throw some light on it here, maybe that make it easier to see. Can you see the wear? You can actually feel it. There's a ridge on the top and the bottom. I can actually get a fingernail on there and you can actually feel the ridge. So that's worn out. This one I've been working on for a while because the alignment is so tedious. You're making minute adjustments at a time. This guide over here, the one on this side was bent, for one. That's usually an indication that somebody's got a tape stuck in it and they've yanked the tape out and caused damage. But worn pinch rollers will also cause us issues. Unfortunately, we can't get these things anymore, so we got to get them out of old cameras. So whenever I get a camera that's scrapped, I keep it. People say, "Oh, you're going to sell cameras?" No, I don't sell cameras. I keep them because I need them for parts. I always need them for parts. And this is a prime example of why I hang on to scrap chassis. Even if this one here came out of, I think this was probably, I think this was a TR6 maybe? It was old. Look at the old chassis on this one. Very old. I think that was a TR6 that came out of. Or it might have been an F series. Might have been like an F40. But old chassis. But the thing is, the pinch rollers are the same. All the Sony pinch rollers are the same. There it is. It's playing perfectly. Alright. Now that I've chewed up this tape, I guess I'm going to have to make myself another tape. Because I got creases all over this one from this tape being chewed up really badly, but it's just a test tape, so I'll have to make another one. But there you go. This one is fixed. Until I clog the heads. Because, you know, I guess maybe we didn't clog the heads, but there are some creases on the tape. We'll go fast forward. And reverse search. Creases on the tape. Can't do much about that. Anyway, this one is fixed. Yeah, those are creases. They'll work their way through. To say the tape got kind of mangled a lot on this camera, but it's my test tape, so no big deal. I got lots of 8mm tapes. I can just as easily make another one. I gotta say that plasma, that Pioneer plasma that I got for free, is a really nice TV. I'm enjoying the set. It's now my test monitor for testing stuff. Sharks. I filmed this years ago in California. Sharks in the water. But yeah, that plasma looks great. Even on camera, it looks great. I now understand why people like the Pioneer plasmas. I mean, I've got Panasonic plasmas. I've got them all. I've got a couple Panasonics. I've got a couple Samsungs. I've got a couple of LG. And now I've got a Pioneer. I don't have an NEC. It's the only one I don't have. They made plasmas too, but I don't have one of those. But I got the Pioneer. That was the king of the plasmas. And this one looks great. Anyway, this camera is fixed, so time to put it together. As you can see, the tape is running true. Oh. We can actually test this with a digital 8 tape. I think I've got a digital 8 tape here. I think this tape's from D8. No, I don't think it is. It might be just in regular. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If it plays analog, it'll play digital 8, no problem. It was eating tape before, and now it's not. Let's rewind that tape back a bit. We'll take a look at, we'll go into full rewind and full fast forward. So we'll stop it, go into rewind. It's running nice and smooth. And go into fast forward. Excellent. Time to put it back together. It's got to be one of the easiest repairs. Well, I wouldn't say easy. It was time consuming. I've been on this thing for quite a while getting that mechanism straightened out, but I didn't even have to take the whole camera apart. All I had to do was take off the one side cover, and everything else was accessible. So, oh, got to put this under here. It goes under like that. Just like that. Throw a few screws in it, and it's good as new. Reconnect the ribbon connector for the microphone. Just like that. Couple more screws, and the unit's back together. I'll give it one last test after reassembling everything, make sure it still works, and then send this one out. Yeah, this is a digital 8 tape playing from a production that I did of a dance competition. And I think it was 25 years ago. There's a digital 8 tape playing, and it's playing absolutely perfect. Okay, that's it. We're done. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.